Over to Dr. Surve.
In decompensated edematous cornea. A 63-year-old male patient had perforated corneal ulcer with lens extrusion 2 years back, for which therapeutic keratoplasty was done, but the patient was lost to follow-up. He presented to us with diminution of vision for last 8 months. He was diagnosed to have failed graft with aphakia with retinal detachment on ultrasonography. So what were the options we had in such a case? Repeat penetrating keratoplasty followed by vitreoretinal surgery after stabilization of the graft, or temporary keratoprosthesis assisted VR surgery, or endoilluminator assisted VR surgery. Here we see the cornea is edematous with thick epithelium and no prominent scarring is visible. As a standard procedure, 325 gauge ports were made, application of glycerin is being done, and epithelium was debrided. There was some improvement, but you can still see centrally the media is still hazy. Further, instead of the usual viscoelastic agent, glycerin was used as a coupling medium. This allowed continuous interaction of glycerin with the edematous cornea and progressive improvement in the corneal clarity. As co-vitrectomy was being done, we observed that there was bullous retinal detachment and multiple subretinal band and subretinal sheaths were noted. For a subretinal band present posteriorly, a retinotomy was made using diathermy and the subretinal band was removed using the ILM forceps. Grasp and regrasp allowed complete removal of the band. Through the same retinotomy, fluid-fluid exchange was done to decrease the height of the retinal detachment. This allowed better visualization of the whole retina. This was the intermittent status of the cornea. Further, remaining subretinal band, which were creating tautness of the retina, were removed. Fluid air exchange was done to allow the retina to settle. The improvement in the media clarity allowed us to perform scleral indentation and visualize the periphery to identify for presence of any break. Here we noticed that there was a break present inferiorly near the ora serrata. This would not have been possible in a post-keratoplasty case where there is risk of breakage of sutures, wound dehiscence or displacement of graft. Glycerin has a rapid onset of action with resultant complete clearing of the corneal edema. This allowed us to perform various difficult procedures which included core peripheral vitrectomy, interface vitrectomy, identification of the tractional areas, removal of subretinal band, subretinal sheath and identification of the breaks. Further, laser of the break, the retinotomies and 360-degree laser barrage was also done. Oil was injected at the end of the procedure. As we see, we can observe the clarity of the posterior segment and the anterior segment at the end of the surgery. Compared to the other procedure, there is no need to delay the treatment and the surgery can be performed in a shorter duration of time. The associated refractive disturbance, inflammation and risk of graft failure with other surgeries is also reduced. Also, there is no need of corneal tissue. The dependency on the availability of corneal surgeon is also decreased. This is especially important in areas where the availability of corneal tissue is a problem. Thus, it is an easier, cheaper alternative but requires an experienced surgeon. However, corneal scarring should be ruled out prior. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Surve. Can you just tell me how do you sterilize this?
So it is sterilized using autoclave. We get it from a eye bank where they
The
sterilize
glycerin?
it. Yes, sir. Even in it is used in culture mediums where
Okay.
it is also sterilized. 80% concentration is used over there.
Any other questions? Fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I thank the audience for being here with us all